Yeah, thanks for joining us today. We're just going to be talking about the importance of backup suppliers. And really, it comes down into the huge explosion on the small to medium sized brands, right? It can be in the food and beverage, the pet food, the beauty and wellness industry. But there's just been a tremendous growth in small brands finding niche markets, right? Not only can you spin up a Shopify site really quickly, but you can get on marketplaces and start selling. And the consumer, the Amazon effect, everybody wants more options and um, they want better, healthier options as well. And so if you're competing in the keto space, the CBD space, kombucha, protein bar, plant-based, gluten-free, when you find a supplier, ingredient supplier, a co-packer, just realize there's tons more looking to find that exact same supplier or a co-packer that can do a good job for them. So having a really good relationship and making sure that if you're sourcing CBD, if you're sourcing, raw goods, that in case you run into a problem, you have some backup options, right? And it's kind of common sense, right? That you can't put all your eggs in the same basket. But unfortunately, we find so many brands that have got comfortable with their go-to suppliers, their preferred suppliers that have given really good terms, and something happens. We had a group that was sourcing from Vietnam, and Vietnam shut down their factory for over 3 months. And so not only they could not get their order pushed through, it was actually really close to getting shipped out, but it got locked in the factory, that they couldn't actually make their final product, and it just put them months behind, right? And so understand that the competition, the explosion, the growth is come into a play, as well as COVID, as well as supply chain issues, getting product to market and sitting at port. So again, we're just going to touch on, are you constantly looking for new providers? That could be on a packaging level, that could be on a raw good level, that could be on a supplement, it could be at any place. Are you constantly looking for it? And if you are you organizing it? Do you have a go-to spreadsheet, a go-to option of where those contacts are, the pricing, the tiers, the lead times, the MOQs, everything that you need, that in case you hear back from your ingredient supplier that hey, we're out of stock, hey, we're locked down, we can't get it to you in time, that you can easily send a request straight away on that day. And so, leads times is very vital. Like, are you getting lead times, fulfillment locked in? And so I'm going to go into our software to help show you some of these tools, right? That when you're building out a bill of materials, a recipe, it is important to have those backup, right? The backup suppliers, the backup lead times. And so what you're looking at here is just a quote for one item, right? We can adjust the amount here, but we're going to give you insight into the price per pound, per unit, per each, per gram, per kilogram, the MOQs and the lead times, so that you can understand your pricing, right? So if I pop into this coconut oil here, I can see that I have multiple suppliers. I have multiple MOQs. I have different costs per unit, and I have different lead times. Let's go ahead and adjust these lead times. This is a demo account, and say the lead time is actually going to be 14 days. Right. And this one is a little higher pricing, so we're going to say it's a shorter lead time, right? And say, all right, this is 4 days, right? So we're going to track all of this. You're going to be able to kind of send requests. Let's say we got a new supplier that we just found. Let's go ahead and shoot them a request at Bulk Supplements and ask for pricing on coconut oil. You can define this message and you can shoot that right over to them. Like we did here with Bulk Apothecary just a few minutes ago. So you can shoot those requests. I'm not going to do it because it actually send an email. But then I'm going to come in here and adjust a price and say this supplier is actually just gave us a new price and they can do $4.10, but their lead times currently are 25 days. And you can adjust that. You can adjust the case sizes. Looks like I need to update the MOQ here and say it's actually 10 kilograms is their minimum, right? We can add, say we just got that request back from Bulk Supplements, and I'm going to add that right in. Their MOQ is 25 pounds, but they're at $2.36, but they actually have a 45-day lead time, right? So we're going to have all of these at your fingertips that you can actually jump in, grab those, adjust the pricing, and watch the price adjust, watch your numbers adjust, and then you have access to this to go ahead and get new pricing, have backups, have their information in the system, and be able to push orders through. Now, here's the other thing is you need to see maybe what's at your co-packer and see if they're able to go ahead and make an order, right? So let's adjust this and say we need to actually do a run of 1,000, right? Of these coconut protein bars. Sound really good right now. It's going to adjust your cost per unit and your total cost here, right? There's some overbuys to hit our MOQs, but let's go ahead and create a production run through our co-packer, right? And see if we actually have items in stock at the co-packer. And that's a really nice view because then we can see if we need to adjust the amounts. It looks like we have everything in stock except the flour, right? And so if we dig into the flour and go back to that view and see, let's see, so we have 0 in stock. So we need to see on that order what the lead times are on that flour, right? So it looks like we only have one supplier that can get it to us in 7 days. That's maybe too long, or that's going to work perfect. So we can create a PO and shoot it off right to that supplier, right? So I could come in here and say the 7 days works great. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this purchase order. This one has already been received. I can see that we went through the raw material supplier and just copy and create a new one and get that out and get that delivered within the 7 days to go ahead and go into production. You can have that sent right to the co-packer from there and fulfill on that. So that is that's a great option to kind of streamline your process and kind of get it in to improve your lead times, improve everything. If it's at your fingertips, right? You're not having to go search through an email. You're not having to go into spreadsheets and kind of find that data, but this is actually going to put it in the right view. You're going to push through a work order and a PO, and you're going to be able to receive it right into inventory in-house or at your co-packer. So I won't, I kind of went into the same thing over and over, but wanted to touch on the importance of having those backup suppliers, wanted to kind of give you some tools that Fiddle offers on this webinar, and hope that you guys do have suppliers that can fulfill if your current preferred suppliers can't. And wish you the best of luck, and and hopefully you're all set up for your upcoming holiday season. And if you're not, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to help streamline that process. And then we are launching Fiddle Connect that will help you connect with more suppliers and co-packers here next month. And so if you want any data on that, please reach out to us and we will get that over to you. All right, thanks. Short and sweet webinar. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next week.